Hello everyone, this is Grandpa Hickory from Texas. I don't have my holster on, but I want to show you people. This is my Henry. This is called a mare's leg. Now this is a 22 Magnum. I did not want a 22 Magnum. Now it's fully loaded. I always keep my guns loaded. But the thing is, Henry does not make a 4440. The one that I really looked up to in my life was a man named Josh Randall. Now this was a fictitious name. It was played by Steve McQueen, and it was called Wanted Dead or Alive, and he was a bounty hunter. And you can see this wonderful lever right here. I can't work it because I've got rounds in here. And I'm going to tell you something. This thing is so wonderful. It's so accurate. And a 22 Magnum is a good thing to have. It's a good one. And I'm not complaining. Okay? I am not complaining. It's just that, friends, I wanted a 4440. I do not have a 4440. And I'd like to have it now. I got a hold of a man, I call him Leatherman. His name is Male. He lives in Texas. It's way about 200 miles. It's called Mansfield, Texas. It's a long drive from me, but I went to him and he outfitted me with a handmade holster for this. And you can see now, when I wear my holster, this thing is way up here. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. This is not something that you would want to carry to a gunfight. Back in the old days, the old West, you wouldn't want to carry something like this. You just wouldn't want to see the saddle ring right here? This is a fantastic gun, and it's a Henry. And I love Henrys. Listen, to me, Henrys are some of the finest rifles made. And I have a 22. And I love it. It's great for squirrel hunting, rabbit hunting. I don't have a place out in the country. I'm trying to find a place that I can own or finance. I want to move way out in the country off grid. I like gardening, and I don't want to be on the grid. I want to live out in the country. I like rainwater. I want to have a rainwater system, and I'm also going to have a well, the Lord willing. If I can find somebody that's got 15 acres for sale way out in the country. I don't mean in floodwaters. You know, you got to be careful. I drove all the way up to Alabama. This lady contacted me, and I read my comments there. But anyway, I went all the way up there. And then they had this form that they had to have me sign. It was in an area that has had floods. And we're talking 40 to 70 feet deep floods, friends. Now, you think I want to move someplace like that? Let me tell you something. There are people that would take you to the cleaners if they can. All they want is your money. As the Mexicans say that are pouring across the border, gringos, dinero, dinero, gringos. Greedy people. But that's what I want. I'd like a minimum of 15 acres. And I want my homestead. I don't need a great big place. I'd like to have like a 1-bedroom log cabin. You know? And I'm going to use a compost toilet. I'm not going to have no septic tank. Hey, you don't want a septic tank. Septic tanks are rip-offs. And nowadays, with these people in Washington, D.C., they've got them now. You know what they're forcing people to do with septic tanks? They have to buy these, they're this big around, they're swimming pool chemicals. And you got to put them down in there, and they got a sneaky inspector, county inspector, that comes out on your property anytime they want to without your permission. Isn't that something? We're Americans, but we don't have any rights. They do, but we don't. But they come out and they check your septic system. And if you're in violation, it's a $1,000 fine. Now, how many fines how many violations you think they find? Come on, people. How long have we dealt with corrupt politicians, corrupt inspectors? I don't want none. I don't want none. I'm going to poop in buckets. You say, what? That's nasty. No, it's not either. You build a box, got a commode seat you install on it, real comfortable one. And you get 5-gallon buckets. You build a nice little cabinet. You got the door that you open up and you slide your bucket in. And it's got a little thing for males so that you can do number 1 into a different bottle. You know, different gallon bottle. When it's not a bottle, I think it's a quart, something like that, because you empty that a lot. You don't keep that in there. But on each side, you got little compartments that you fill with sawdust. You say, well, where am I going to get sawdust? You're going to have to get a shredder, buddy. And all them branches fall out of them trees on that land you got. Guess where they're going to go? That's right. Have you ever heard of humanure? You can take your waste and you put it, you get your bin, you make your bin, and you dump that human waste in there, and you leave it alone for about a year, year and a half, maybe 2 years, whatever, you know, just put it out there and leave it alone. And let everything do its natural work in nature. Friends, that's some of the best manure you can get your hands on. I know it sounds gross. First time I heard it, I said, hey, ain't no way I'm going to do that, Jack. That's nasty. Boy, you ought to see. You ought to see it. You put these out in your orchard, down around your pecan trees, down around your apricot trees, your plum trees, your pear trees, your apple trees. Woo, you wouldn't believe it. If you got pecan trees or walnut trees, if you're blessed enough, in Texas where I live, you don't have walnuts, and my favorite are the filberts. And, we don't have them here. We call them hazelnuts. In England and Scotland and the UK, they're called hazelnuts. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and show you and tell you about me and my Henry. That's my little saddle ring. Of course, I don't have a horse in a saddle. But this is my little Henry. It's a 22 Magnum. And I love this little one. I like to go target practicing, but it is extremely accurate. It's a very good little gun, but I wanted a 44-40, but Henry does not make them. Hey, listen, I'll see you on the next video, and please hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel. And I wish for all of you wonderful people to have a Henry kind of day. Have a Henry kind of day, my friends. Have a Henry kind of day.